Edo State Governor, please do your politics, but when it comes to human life, please don't politicize human life. Insecurity in Nigeria has nothing to do with the opposition party. It has nothing to do with the opposition party. It has been on ground all this while. It's just that the current government, including you yourself, is doing nothing to address insecurity problem. That's why it's worsening and getting worse by the day. So tell your president that is the commander-in-chief and his duty is to protect Nigerians and their properties. So that the government can sit up and do their job. You can't be hobnobbing with bandits, hobnobbing with terrorists, negotiating with them, having dinner with them, having meetings with them. And then a common individual who is not a terrorist goes to pick parcel. Unfortunately, there is an exhibit in the parcel, and the guy was just killed just like that in the public glare. But you catch kidnappers, catch terrorists, you rehabilitate them, sew uniform for them, and integrate them into the society. Why is this boy they just assassinated in public glare? Why doesn't he have the same right to be reintegrated into the society? And even the bandits wear their guns, machine gun, and come for meeting between them and the government. None of them was killed at the spot. Why is this boy's case different? Who is killing him to cover their tracks? Who sent that Nigerian police fixer to come and kill that boy without any interview, without any interrogation? Hi, my people. Welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. So I was watching the program on Arise News, and I saw this video, by the governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo. He had kind of interview with Shehu Okembaloye, and Shehu was asking him, series of questions in terms of how his party has fared. Why does he think that Nigerians will vote for the APC? More especially because he has been all the time speaking that he's going to deliver 2.5 million votes for the president. You remember a lot of forums, you see him say that Edo State will deliver 2.5 million votes to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the next 2027 coming election. So I said all of that, and I think Shehu Okembholo took him up on that. So we're going to look into that video and hear his response, and then we'll be able to analyze what he said. And also he was asked question on insecurity situation of the country, and I think he was saying that the opposition were the one kind of fueling the security situation in the country, that once election is coming close, people will they start looking for what they will use against the incumbent government. Just like the Senate president was saying, when you hear all these incompetent people speaking, you will know exactly what is their intention, and how they don't just care about what people go through in the country, especially when it comes to the issues of insecurity, something that connects to life. They don't care, because nobody in his same mind will politicize insecurity that is going on in the country. Nobody. No same person will do that. But you see these politicians doing it over and over again. Anyways, before I go into that, this worrisome development that happened within the week, where the this power-drunken police officer shot dead a Nigerian in cold blood. The Mene Ogidi, the guy that went to pick up a parcel or whatever they said about that. So when I saw that video, I was shocked. In a whole public glare, they just gunned down the guy just like that. A guy that was tied, that was helpless, and all of that, begging for his life. So it was so pathetic, seeing that video and seeing it that a police officer whose duty is to protect lives and property is the one taking life. So the fact remains that, irrespective of what the guy must have done, I've had series of information, based on the videos I've watched. People are saying different things. I just watched one guy just yesterday, speaking about how he went to the park to investigate what really happened, and and all of that. So based on his findings, that the guy did not go to pick parcel, the guy went to send parcel. And why I picked up on that guy's video is because what he said makes sense to me. Because there's no place in the country that when you are going to receive a parcel, you will be asked to open that parcel. It's not done. Where you can do all the opening of a parcel and all of that is where you want to send it. That's when they may want to see what you are sending, weigh it, and so on and so forth. Not when you are receiving. When you are receiving, all you need to do is to provide your ID and sign whatever you need to sign, that you have received the parcel or whatever, and then you go home. Nobody will be forced to open the parcel you came to receive, except if you're under investigation, and then maybe the security agencies are there waiting for you to come. So the moment you come, they grab you. That's when they can force you to do all of that because they have intent. So outside that, nobody will be asking you to open your parcel. So that initial statement that he came to pick a parcel, I don't think it was really the true position. I'm believing the one that said he went to send. So probably the man that gave him the package gave it to him to go and send it somewhere. So I don't know. But again, let's even assume that he's doing gun running, right? They have a crew doing gun running. So they dispatch these guns to the couriers, right? Let's assume the guy is guilty, he's running guns and all of that. Is that how they handle the situation? Obviously not. What are they supposed to do? Now that he was apprehended with an exhibit, they're supposed to take him to the station, interrogate him, garner information from him, and then from his statement, they will now understand who and who are part of the rank, right? And they begin to track those guys who are part of the racket and then be able to nab them as well and charge them to court. The court is the one who has the capacity by law to decide their fate. That is what it is. And there's already a punishment for those who run guns. Number of years they'll be in prison and what have you is there. So, but just exterminating that guy publicly, he didn't rob anybody. He didn't kidnap for ransom or anything. He was only caught with an exhibit, which is supposed to be exhibit they will tender in court, and the court can be able to nail him based on the evidence that is before them. But they decided to waste him, which means there must be a setup. Because if the guy knows what he is handling, I don't think he will go there by himself to go and do that. And I believe he must have been doing this without even knowing what is either sending or receiving, obviously. But let's even assume he knows, and is working for some people. They would have used him to be able to gather all the people within that, gang running these things and be able to prosecute them and close down that operation completely. So that officer that shot that guy, it looks like a fixer. It looks like a fixer for those that do dirty days. That's what I believe. Because the way he didn't allow him to talk, he didn't allow him to, take him or them to Sapele and show them who sent him and all of those. He just want to shut him down completely. So he's like a fixer. So it's like the guy knows so much, which they don't want him to, carry along with. And then they kind of use that officer to silence him and close his chapter. That's my thinking, because something of that nature, no officer does that. If you try this kind of thing abroad, I'm sorry for you, you are gone. That officer is gone forever. No officer does that. Common that there was a situation, officer just, fire his shot and all of that. They will review his webcam to see, did he follow all the protocols? Did he follow the procedure? Did he warn the person? There are a lot of things they will check from the webcam. If the officer certified the procedure to do what he did, it's free. But if he did not follow the procedure, the officer will be tried and sentenced. That's how it works. So, in the full glare of the people, you just waste that guy as if he's an animal. It's pathetic to watch anyway. So I do hope. I was reading the mother's interview, what she was saying, that his other son, 18-year-old, was also killed by police, that they didn't even see the body. And then this one, I think 4 years after, this second one, who has been there helping her when she was sick, cleaning her body, her feces and her urine and all of that. Now they are taking that no compensation will bring his boy back. And no compensation will do what the boy has done for him, especially when she was sick. So I read that and I felt so sad, what the woman is going through right now, losing 2 children to police brutality. That's painful to watch. So, and I heard that the officer that shot him is not even among the team that was asked to go and pick the boy. He was on leave, and then he was on duty, off duty that day, but he still joined them. That tells you he's a fixer. So the moment somebody must have seen what was happening and informed, those guys running this thing, they will have spy who is monitoring the person they sent to do whatever they are doing. Just like the drug cartel, that's the way they do. They will have somebody spying on you, anything you are doing. So in case you don't follow the rules, the protocols, or deliver what you are asked to deliver, they will call the boss. The next thing, they will get rid of you and your family and things like that. So maybe that's what happened to the guy. The moment they call him that, they nab the guy in the park, then they called the fixer to go and do the fixing. And I don't know, but that's the cruel way of, killing an innocent person. Is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, not in the park of law. No. So it's barbaric and it's condemnable. So I just hope that the government will do the needful uncover those cartel who are running those guns and be able to close down that cartel and send them to prison for the rest of their life. That's my take on that. And I pray that the mother and the siblings be able to, find grace to go through this phase. It's a terrible phase anyways, but that's a lawless country. Where people, police officer will threaten you, I will kill you now, and nothing will happen. And they are right. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. I'm going back to Monday Okpebholo so that we'll be able to round up this video. So guys, if you are new to my channel, please kindly like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on your notification bell so that when my next video drop, you'll be among those that will be notified. Okay, so let's look at what happened in that video. So first, let's play the video, from Arise News, just part of the interview, so that we'll hear what he said concerning the insecurity situation and also what he said about the opposition. All right, and now he's gonna get the 2.5 million votes, and we'll be right back. All right, don't go away.
Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo now trending on social media after a TV interview in which he boldly doubles down on his ability to deliver 2.5 million votes in his state for Tinubu in 2027. Now, the governor made these comments during an interview circulating on Thursday, in which he makes it clear that both he and the president have garnered organic support from the state because of everything they've brought to people's lives, in his words. Let's take a look.
To get votes from Edo State. How? Let me tell you, Shay, you were on the street with me for just how many minutes? You can hear people shouting 2.5 million votes. Am I the one shouting? It's already on the street. Everybody is coming to vote for Asewaju Daddy.
The people of Edo State will vote for Bola Tinubu because of Okpebholo.
Because of the work we are doing. Because of the money Tinubu is releasing to us to work for him. And that is what you are seeing on the street. It has never happened in Edo State like this before.
Now, the governor also came for former presidential candidate Peter Obi, saying that the only reason he won in 2023 was because the previous governor, Godwin Obaseki, was, quote, not working. But there was more from this interview, because the state governor also claimed that the insecurity that the country is experiencing, the killings, the kidnappings, the terror, are all fabricated by the opposition to make it seem like President Tinubu isn't doing well. Let's take a look.
You know that it's the evil people that creating this insecurity. The more the president try to stop them, the more, because election is coming, they are bringing them out. They are sponsoring them to come out.
So the insecurity you are saying today is kind of motivation?
Yes, of course. Are you not aware of this?
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
That the opposition
are using them.
For what purpose?
Just to make sure that people will say, this president is not doing well.
Those statements have not been confirmed that, the opposition has any link whatsoever to the uptick in insecurity. But the governor made a number of statements during this interview. But big picture, he seems to be making it clear that, Tinubu is a shoo-in for a second term, juxtaposing everything he said with the fact that Obi only won in 2023 because the former governor wasn't doing well. What do you make of the Edo governor's comments here?
I mean, yes, opinions are free, but facts are very sacred. That's why they call me empirical facts. I want to see where he's going to get the 2.5 million votes from. You see, people should not be deceiving themselves. What's the population of Edo State? 5 million. Population of registered voters, last figure, 2.6 million. So is he saying, out of 2.6 million registered voters, only 100,000 will vote for opposition, 2.5 will vote for... So is he saying that the 2.5 million, they're about registered voters, or the 2.2 million people that collected their PVC,
and I think we have 100%
will come out to vote? What he's saying is factually incorrect. So let's stop all this overexcitement, partisan jumping around, mumbo jumbo. Because in the last election, I'm going to give you the data of what happened in the last election. Yes, in the last election cycle, you only had a sizable number of those people come out to vote. I think there was just about 600 and something thousand people. They were the accredited voters, and the final valid vote was about over 500,000. So in a place where accredited voter was over 600,000, final valid vote over 500,000, and you say all of a sudden you want to drop to 2.5 million, that's mathematical inconsistency. Ask Mr. Okpebholo himself, how many votes did he use to win the election? Did he get up to 2 million votes to win the election in Edo State? So please, people can get excited and be talking when they're excited, but fact is not your mates. It will humble you. Second fact, with due respect, I think it is very, very annoying, to say the least, when people try to shave our hair in our own absence. The reason why Peter Obi won in Edo State was that there was an Obi wave that swept. Is it because the governor of Delta was not performing when he was vice presidential candidate of the state of the ballot of Atiku Abubakar that Peter Obi beat him to in Delta State? So the Bayelsa, Anambra, and other parts. Oh, let me even give him so the Lagos Peter Obi won is because Sanwo-Olu was not performing, Abi. If you want to extend his logic. It's because the governor of Edo State was not performing, that's why Peter Obi won. Right. So the Lagos, the President Tinubu's home states, that Peter Obi beat President Tinubu in the last election, it was because Sanwo-Olu was not performing, because Sanwo-Olu was not performing, Abi. No, there was an obedience wave. We are political watchers. The third one I want to debunk, I think for the life of me, Governor Okpebholo should apologize to Nigerians. Should apologize to the people that have been kidnapped in Ekiti. And they're asking $1 billion ransom and a pastor was killed. Should apologize to people in Woro. Should apologize to people that have been faced with insecurity because of this narrative, insensitive narrative change by saying it's the opposition that is causing all of this mayhem. It is the failure of the state to rein in all of this that is happening. And I would like to challenge Governor Okpebholo. Give us your empirical facts that it is the opposition that is causing all of this. See, we can play politics. I use many other things to play politics. Let's not mitigate the pain and suffering of people. You see, when you do that, you lose me. It's not fair. As we speak today, people from Ekiti are still in kidnappers and they've asked for 1 billion. We've even lost count of people in kidnappers then. So, since Boko Haram insurgency started, from the killing of Mohammed Yusuf in 2009, it's opposition that was driving it then, Abi. It's opposition that a lot of people were killed in Agwa Rukuba. It's opposition that killed people. It's opposition that keeps shedding blood. It's opposition. No, now. Please, I beg, let's not bring partisanship into sensitive issues.
Welcome back. You heard what he was saying, that he's going to, garner 2.5 million votes for the president, right? And I intentionally allowed, the section where Rufai was speaking, because what he was saying was facts. It's not politics, it's facts. And exactly what Rufai says is what I saw in my research, right? The man who is saying that he will get 2.5 million votes for the president, incumbent president, in the 2027 general election, won his own position as a governor with 291 point something, 290 plus votes, less than 300,000 votes. That's what brought him in as a governor, according to INEC result. That same man said he will now give somebody else 2.5 million votes. Is that how popular he is? So if he's too popular and he commands the people of Edo State, he himself, will he win by less than 300,000 votes? No, he would have won with 2 point something million votes. And like Rufai rightly said in his comment, let's even look at the number of registered voters, just like Rufai has already done. So we have, I think, 2.629, thousand, registered voters. That is, let me put it in a round figure for easy, discussion. It's 2.7 million voters. It's not up to about 2.6 plus. So let's round it as 2.7, for example. Let's run with that figure now. Okay. So now that Edo State has 2.7 million voters, approximately, then the guys, the Edo State people that have collected their PVCs, about 2.2 million. Let's also round that to 2.3 million. So when you look at that, so even the total number of people that have their voters card with them is even less than the 2.5 million the governor was talking. So how will he get the 2.5 million? Let's also assume that between now and 2027 election, that more people will go and collect their PVC, right? And that at the end of the day, they will have that 2.6 to 2.7 million voters who register, that all of them will collect the vote. Don't forget that out of those registered voters, many have died. Many of them have died. And those who are dead are still in this number that we are seeing now. It's still within this 2.6 plus million we are seeing. So if you remove the dead people from that group, the number goes down, right? So how will you now get the 2.5 million votes for, the president? Because all these political talks, people just open their mouth wide and just talk. No statistics, no data. After all, president said, "My data will go chop." Abi, not be that we go chop. Okay. So he just open his mouth and speak. He doesn't even know the number of voters in the state. He didn't even know the number of registered voters or those who have collected PVC. Because if he do, he will not be saying what he was saying. That because the number is mentioned is far higher by almost 300,000 or thereabout. It's far higher than the voters who have their voters card. We have not removed those who are dead from the group or those who have migrated from Edo to a different state. Because the moment you leave Edo State to Lagos to Abuja and the rest of them, you can't vote in Edo. You have to move your voters card to your current, state of residence. So we have not added those people. We have not removed those people from the list. Okay? So, because I don't think anybody living in Abuja or Lagos during the election, will try to fly down to Edo because the roads are not safe to go and vote for who. So, when you look at all those permutations, you see that the man is just ranting. He doesn't even know what he's saying. So, all those things is just to please Tinubu that, we are supporting you. We will see. We have written it down. If he doesn't get that 2.5 million vote, he should resign by then. So because he's not a man of his word. The same way, the same President Bola Tinubu told us that we must have power by every means necessary. And that if he does not deliver power, even if he come out for 2027, we shall not vote for him. That's what he said with his mouth. But now, he's blaming the opposition that Atiku privatized power. Power is not working. Before he became the president, he knew Atiku privatized power. Since their time, 1999 to 2007, he knew. Since then, Buhari was there 8 years, his party. And he said he is Buhari, that Buhari and him are one. And that's why he's continuing with Buhari's legacy. So, at that point, is he telling us he doesn't know that Atiku privatized power since 1999 to 2007 they were in office? He knew. Why didn't he throw jab then? So when you look at this politician, you understand that to them nothing matters. To them is cruise. That's the way it is. Now listen to what he said about the insecurity. He said his opposition. He's blaming the opposition for insecurity. And they forgot that in 2015, the same party he belongs to now, we are the people who even said they imported, people from neighboring countries. That time, because they want that 2015 election to be APC that must win. And Jonathan saw the picture. I think he must have had security report, how people were, the influx of people in the country from neighboring, Niger and the rest of them, and Chad and co. So he knew that if he insists that opposition didn't win the election, there are going to be chaos in the country. And that's why Jonathan said, no blood of any Nigerian is worth his ambition to be president. And they considered defeat even before the election result was finally, concluded. He want to avoid that chaos, that killing that would have taken place at that time. And it's part of the insecurity we are suffering today. Those people they imported to vote for them and all of that, who couldn't go back, they are domiciled in the country. No job, no nothing, so they must survive. They created their own, business, kidnapping and the rest of them. And today is blaming the opposition. So when when Jonathan was there, when Boko Haram began in 2012 or thereabout, did Jonathan blame the opposition? He didn't. He was fighting the security, saying that members of his team had already been compromised to the point that he didn't believe in them to go and bring in mercenary to fight the security. Don't forget the election was postponed in that 2015 until insecurity subsided, and then the election was fixed back and was held. Jonathan fought in security. I mean, they said Jonathan is a weak person. He was weak, but he fought in security. So the Tinubu that is strong, how is he fighting in security? So when you look at what these politicians say, they don't care. So if the governor is blaming the opposition for insecurity in the country and saying that they are just formulating those narrative just to make the government look bad, that's the most insane thing I've ever had in my life. Politicizing insecurity. People who are suffering kidnapping, people who are suffering borrowing money, selling their lands to raise ransom to rescue their family member. Those who have lost their family member in the bush. We saw that reverend, but that was kidnapped with the wife. The reverend died in that forest. The wife was still held. We saw a couple in Delta. They brought money that had problem with Harrison Gwamini issue. That case, they released the wife, pregnant wife. The man was still stuck with the kidnapper. Will you tell those people that it is opposition, that they are creating narrative? Somebody that experiences return, or those villagers in Kwara State that this insecurity have sacked from their locality and they left their place and ran away to another place? Or will you be telling those in Borono what you are saying? So when you look at this, it's because that they don't care what is happening to the people. What they care is power, psychophancy, to keep that power. And he said Tinubu is giving him money to do what he's doing in his state. Who told you? Is it Tinubu's money? It is not President Tinubu's money. It is our money as Nigerians. It's our money. So you can't be saying Tinubu is giving you money. No, Tinubu is not giving you money. Nigeria is giving you money. It is the citizens that are, paying those taxes, doing businesses, paying tax, importing things, paying duties. The crude oil belongs to all of us, domiciled in the Niger Delta and the Southeast and all of that. So people suffer oil degradation. The money you are now praising the president, the people suffering degradation, even in the state where you are in Edo State. So what are you even talking about? So it's so ridiculous. You want to do politics. But when it comes to people's life, don't use it for politics, because this is not what we'll be looking at. All those children, they are kidnapping. Go and tell Leah Sharibu that it is opposition. So it is the duty of the government to protect lives and property. And if you may not know, you as the governor of the state, you are the chief security officer of your state. So as the state will be holding you accountable, you will now be holding the president accountable. Edo State is the hub of insecurity as well. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You said that P2B won in Edo State because the governor that was there at that time was not doing well. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You didn't know that Edo State is obedient. All parts of Edo State are obedient. You will see it. It will shock you in 2027. Imagine the obedient will win that state again. Just any party P2B joins today and becomes a candidate, Edo State is gone. We will see where you will get the 2.5 million votes for President Tinubu. We will see how you will get it. So, the way they do all this is they come out, be mentioning numbers, so that when they will write the result, they will match that number they are mentioning. That's what they bet. It's not going to be easy for anybody to rig the election in 2027. It's not going to be easy, because today, many citizens are now aware. They are awake right now, because the insecurity, the poverty, the hunger in the land, the lack of power is hitting everybody. So people are now more conscious compared to 2023. So if you think it's going to be business as usual, you glitch the system, you will see what will happen, because the citizen won't take it anymore. So if they like whatever they are planning, it's not going to work for them. So my point remains that if they really love this country called Nigeria, let them not mess around in the 2027 general election, because the citizens will not take it. They have been pushed to the wall. So the citizen will revolt. I just want to be honest with them. So it's good, run free, fair, and credible election. Whoever wins, let him go there and do the job. Nigeria wants who will do the job, not sycophants who are making noise on TV. That's the way I see it. People are dying. You are saying this opposition. People are in IDP camps, and you are talking that is opposition, that is fueling narrative and insecurity. That is the case. That's exactly what he was trying to say. So insecurity is not brought by opposition. Insecurity is fueled, and is fueled by joblessness. It's fueled by hunger and hardship in the land. When people finish university, finish school, and come out, there's no job. They have to survive. Most of them goes into crime. The yahoo we are hearing is lack of job. If people come out and they get engaged doing something productive, nobody will go into crime. It will be few number of people who will be into crime. But today now, virtually every angle now, there are kidnappers calling for billions of naira, calling for all kinds of ransom. The people kidnapped in Borno that Boko Haram gave ultimatum that if government doesn't meet their demand, they will take them to a place the government will not reach them. Till today, we have not had anything on what happened on that front. And the governor is sitting down, blaming the opposition for insecurity. As if forgotten what is going on in the state. You can't even travel how many kilometers from Edo to Lagos and all this without the whole boss, being taken by kidnappers. During the Headers Farmers Class, you remember the Uromi incident and the rest of them. Where was he? He's blaming the opposition. He should sit up and do his job. Liaise with the president and secure your state. Talking of opposition. So I don't get it. You want to give president 2.5 million votes. I will see where you will cut it from. In your state, you are about 2.6 plus 2.62, million votes. That is registered voters. Out of the registered voters, about 2.2 collected their voters card with small fraction on it. Collected voters card. And remember voter apathy. Not even the whole 2.2 plus million people that will come and vote that day. So out of the 2.2 million people, how many people will come and vote? out of that million. Let's even assume 1 million came to vote. So where will you get the 2.5 million? People just talk without statistics, without data, without record, and all of that. And Nigerians are listening to them. That's the funny part of the whole thing. The fact is that the 2.5 million vote that the governor was promising is unrealistic, cannot be possible. Because if you look at the result of his election, he got less than 300,000 votes, 2.9 something. Then the second person, Igadolo, that got almost less than 300,000 as well, 200 and something thousand. If you add both together, it's about 600,000 votes, right? So minus it from the number of voters who have received their PVC, that's 2.2 plus something million, you will have about 1.4 something million who did not come to vote at all. Then if you take that same 600K, match it to the number of registered voters, right? You will see that you just have about 2 million voters who did not participate. So I'm not adding the other guys who must have come third and fourth and all of that, but these two key players who are first and second. So two of them put together is about 600,000 votes. So governor himself got 300,000 max during the election to become governor. And it's the same person who is saying he's giving somebody 2.5 million votes. So let's reach out all those, kind of histories, because it's not possible. It's not going to happen. And if P2B is in any ballot, Edo State goes to P2B, whether he likes it or not, because Edo State is totally obedient. That is the truth. Edo State is obedient, and they can't change that. So, but by 2027, we will see what plays out. And by then, we will compare what he has said and what the actual result that came out from Edo State, except if they go to rig it, because most times you hear them speak these numbers, it's just to enter people's subconsciousness, so that by the time they change the result and write whatever they want to write, they will say, I said it, I deliver. So, but my point of correction to him is that Tinubu is not giving him money. Nigerians are the ones giving him money. No governor has any money from his pocket. It is citizens' money. They pay taxes, they pay duties of their importations, they pay consumption tax or sales tax and all of that, VAT, All those monies is what we are spending, and oil money. So that is it. It is what it is. And it's quite sad, what we are seeing going on in the country. When you have people who doesn't have capacity, leading the country, talking anyhow, using lives of people for politics. It's so shameful to see that happen. So Edo State Governor, please do your politics, but when it comes to human life, please don't politicize human life. Insecurity in Nigeria has nothing to do with the opposition party. It has nothing to do with the opposition party. It has been on ground all this while. It's just that the current government, including you yourself, is doing nothing to address insecurity problem. That's why it's worsening and getting worse by the day. So tell your president that is the commander-in-chief and his duty is to protect Nigerians and their properties. So that the government can sit up and do their job. You can't be hobnobbing with bandits, hobnobbing with terrorists, negotiating with them, having dinner with them, having meetings with them. And then a common individual who is not a terrorist goes to pick parcel. Unfortunately, there is an exhibit in the parcel, and the guy was just killed just like that in the public glare. But you catch kidnappers, catch terrorists, you rehabilitate them, sew uniform for them, and integrate them into the society. Why is this boy they just assassinated in public glare? Why doesn't he have the same right to be reintegrated into the society? Why? He's not even a terrorist. He has not killed or kidnapped people for ransom. He was just caught with exhibit. And even the bandits wear their guns, machine gun, and come for meeting between them and the government. None of them was killed at the spot. Why is this boy's case different? Who is killing him to cover their tracks? Who sent that fixer, that Nigerian police fixer, to come and kill that boy without any interview, without any interrogation? Who? The boy was willing to tell them who sent him to pick whatever parcel or whatever. He was willing to take them to the people. He was willing to expose the ring if he knows them properly. But still, they didn't want to hear what they want to say. They eliminated him in cold blood, just like that. And they think it's okay. And the governor of Edo State will say it is opposition. So the policeman is an opposition. The person that sent him is an opposition. Is that what it is? Let's be serious with our jobs, because what we are seeing doesn't show any sign of seriousness. So guys, I'm going to leave it here for now, and we'll see how things unfold. So I don't know what you think concerning this whole thing. My comment section is open for you. Please drop your comment at the comment section, and we'll continue to talk. That's what we do, trying to bring things up and trying to let the citizens know what is going on around them. So guys, Put in your comment in the comment section. And if you are new to this channel, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on the notification bell so that when my next video drop, you'll be among those that will be notified. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching this video to the end. God bless you. I'm signing out. See you.